Okay, everyone, the stock market's moving this morning. I want to point out a couple things in the charts. We use technical analysis on this channel. So if you're new, you're interested in trade ideas, follow along. I'll point out what I see in the charts. Let's get started and leave me a thumbs up on your guy. At some time during this video, I do appreciate it if you guys find some value here. All right, so Nasdaq Futures. The range that I want to point out is this range right here. We were in this range for a while right there, and we recently just broke down today actually. And so what I would say is that tells me that we're likely going to go a little bit lower. We ran into some support a little bit right here at about 13,530, but we've broken below that. So as far as I can tell, we're heading a little bit lower. Let's flip over to the Qs. This is my indice of choice that I choose to usually short. I'm going to short the markets. This is what I like to do it with. And you can see recently we've been trading in this sideways range here on the hourly, and we broke down impulsively with a gap down. So I think there's some more selling. I'm looking at some levels of support. We do have potential to hold at about, this breakdown candle right here at about 329.30, kind of where we're at. So we'll watch these levels, but the selling we just broke down. We could have broken to the upside. We broke to the downside with a gap down. So all this sideways action right here, as of right now, has been trapped. And we are, I think it's likely we're going to come down some more, sell down some more. So I'm looking for some more downside. I started nibbling on a short position, and I'm kind of babysitting it just to see how it, what it wants to do today, if they want to recover this. Because a couple sectors that I was looking for to break down just haven't quite broken down yet. So I want to point those out. Those are key right now. So XLF, no breakdown today, no sell signal. And this is one of the key things I really want to see to get some more selling in the market, and we just don't have it. XLF, you can see on the daily chart, just trading on this trend line right there. And today, just more of the same, just holding that trend line. So no breakdown there. And then XLI kind of starting to recover. It looked like it was going to break down, but the buyers are there stepping in, and it's recovering that trend line. So yeah, as far as I can tell, I don't see any strong sell signals yet across the markets, just because of these sectors. So I'm likely gonna bail from any short that I took in triple Qs. In fact, let me go ahead and probably pull that off. Okay. I'm not short anything right now. I really want to see XLF and XLI break. They have not broke. Let's look at XLV. So this one did start to break. It did start to break down. So I think we're likely going to get a breakdown in XLF and XLI pretty soon. But here's XLV, second largest sector besides technology in the S&P 500. And coming off the March 2020 lows, you can see we held support, really created this bearish rising wedge, and we just started to break over the last couple days. So that's a breakdown. It's not super impulsive yet. I'd like to see some more selling come in, but it is a breakdown. The only thing is, with those other sectors holding up, this could prove to be a whipsaw or kind of a bear trap. So what you want to watch for is if they're able to recover this trend line. And if it can recover, then likely this was just a bear trap. We're going to make another move higher. So things to watch on the sectors. Okay, I am starting to see some of these home builders break down. We actually have a sell signal on this building and construction ETF, PKB. So here is on your daily chart, you got an uptrend line right there. And most recently, we didn't really have negative divergence though, so it's not really my favorite. But we did get a breakdown today. So there's a gap down, and we're selling off a little bit. So we'll see if this, ideally for a sell signal, you want to see the selling just continue through the day and really just start to pick up speed and intensity. So look for that. But as of right now, that's a breakdown in PKB. And that bodes well for our Toll Brothers short. So this is a home builder, Toll Brother, TOL. And again, this one just continues to look constructive to the downside. I think there's, I don't see anything telling me that there's likely not going to be some more selling. So coming off your March 2020 lows, You've got support all through here. We finally got that sell signal, and when we got that sell signal up here was a divergent high. So you have negative divergence in the RSI and the PPO, telling us that we're likely going to start to reverse trend. And that's what we look for, is a break of trend. So there's your break of trend line support. And then you backtest once, backtest twice, kind of rolling over. So again, just looking for, looking for this to continue to start to trend down, and by the time it makes a new low, it'll be obvious to everyone that we're in a downtrend. So again, that's what I think it's going to show up here in the near future, is we're going to continue to work our way lower. This looks good to the downside. Another one that also looks good is Starbucks, cleanly rejecting off of its trend line resistance. So Starbucks, I started talking about this a while ago, but here's your uptrend line on Starbucks. And then most recently we put in a divergent high. We made a new high in price, and yet momentum was not able to make a new high. So you'll see the PPO, it's a lower high here and an equal high on the RSI, but that's still negative divergence because you have momentum kind of fading, going down, while price is still going up. So then you look for a break of trendline support. There's your sell signal right there. We back tested for almost 2 weeks, really, just about 6 days, and then now over the last 2 days we're starting to impulsively move lower. So again, just looking for a new low to start setting in that downtrend. But as of right now, still looks good, rejecting off resistance. I think we're heading down to about 101, 100, somewhere right in there as the next level of support. And a couple of the other of these shorts are, they're kind of working out. They're just kind of drifting lower, not a whole lot. Snap's selling off 3%. Tesla's down 0.5%. They're kind of mixed right now, so nothing crazy to point out. Boyd Gaming continuing to sell off. Again, Boyd looks good to the downside. You've got a clean up trend line here on the daily. We had a divergent high right up here. We had a sell signal or a break of trend. That's pretty obvious right there. And then a clean impulsive follow through and just, counter trend rally right here is what it looks like. And I'm thinking we're going to continue the downtrend. So looking for 55.40 as the kind of the next level of support, and then likely heading down to 50.80 and probably a tag of this 200-day moving average at some point in time, and then possibly 43.85. All right, those are the levels I'm watching on that one. All right, let's look at gold. So here's gold bullion. So we recently started to, on the 60-minute chart, we started to make an uptrend, and we're impulsively breaking down from that uptrend today. So flipping to the daily, gold's still in an uptrend, and still, from what I can tell, in a bull market, just getting a breakdown today. So where do we go? Well, I think it's likely we're going to hit this 200-day moving average and probably this daily trend line right here. You can see we've got some support coming off the lows. This is really the leg up that we made. So coming down, hitting that 1850, possibly dipping down to about 1840. Somewhere right in here, I'd expect the buyers to be sitting at. And so we got a little more downside to go. Whether we get that today, I'm not sure. Maybe we'll get it here tomorrow or the next day, or Monday or whatever. But this is the area where I'd expect the buyers to be at. Now, if it breaks and we actually break this level, then I think what's likely we're probably coming back down to that 1790 for another back test of that major support. 1790, 1800 is major support. So I'd expect that to hold if, if we get down there again. Possible that we test this downtrend line right here, which would be, just below that 1790, maybe at 1770 or something. But anything down in here, I'm viewing as a buy zone if you were to get all the way down there. Looking at the miners like Barrick Gold, it's at support right now. We did get a reaction. Now, this trend line right here on this daily chart, I only have two reactions. I have one here and one here. So it's not fully a valid trend line. I'd like to see today really hold and we actually get a bounce off of this level. If we bounce off this level, then that will validate this trend line. So we don't have a valid trend line yet. Things to watch for to see if it can hold and tomorrow maybe bounce. One that does have a valid trend line is Harmony Mining, HMY. So I bought some more this morning. You can see here on the daily chart, clean up trend line right there. And we basically, all the reactions we've had today. They gap it down, sell it right down to there. I had a buy order sitting at $4.99. And I think the low of the day, it hit about $4.90, $4.98. So, that's technical analysis working, working to your advantage, giving you good entries. And it's all about taking good entries. If you have good entries on key levels, when those levels go that you're wrong, and you can be wrong small. If you if you buy this thing way up here, then you don't know you're wrong until it falls way down and then breaks support, and you end up, you'll lose big potentially. So again, I'm just adding to, this thing's in a bull leg at least, likely a bull market. It's in a bull market. We're making higher highs and higher lows. That's clear. If you roll out to the bigger picture, we're making higher highs and higher lows. So I'm adding at support. And most of these gold miners, I look to add to the position at support. I did sell down my Wheaton and my Agnico Eagle AEM about a week and a half ago. I sold all those, looking just for that little dip that I was talking about. This might be it today. Here's AEM. I was hoping to get it maybe a little lower, about 69.25, 69.35, somewhere right in there. Maybe it'll sell down into the day, and I'll get it there. And Wheaton, I was kind of looking at getting it down here at about 45.60, 45.75, somewhere right in there. So not quite down there yet. That's really all I got so far, guys. I'll put this video out there. Leave me a thumbs up. Check out my training course, link in the description below if you're interested in learning a new skill set, which is technical analysis of the stock market. Okay, guys, catch you on the next one. Bye.